Welcome to Stock Talk. Hope you had a good few days of trading Thursday and Friday. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank everybody for subscribing, for watching the videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe by clicking this button right down here in the corner, the little red subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. We're sitting at around 85 subscribers. I'd like to get that up to 100. So just if you haven't yet, go ahead and do that. And I hope you enjoy this video. Let's talk about what we're going to do this week, and talk a little bit about how we finished up last week. Take a look at the portfolio, take a look at the markets tonight. So let's just jump right into it. I believe the markets have been down 3 or 4 weeks. I believe it was 4 weeks in a row. We had a little run there for a little bit. We did have a good week last week, a really good week. Turned around and tried to give it back this week, but did have a little bit of a comeback Friday, thanks to NVAX. Had a little spike there. So we're going to talk about that, take a look at the portfolio, and just kind of get our game plan together for this week. So let's go ahead and cut over to our portfolio. So here's the portfolio. We've got a couple of new ones that we added last week, NUE, Cliff. As you can see from Friday, we had a good day. Most everything green. And I had a couple that did really well. I want to talk about some of that. NUE and Cliff, those are a couple steel stocks. We're buying those just to trade while the steel was pulling back. We've got X as our core position on the steel market. So that one, I don't want to add to it. I've got plenty of shares of that one. So instead of adding to that one, what I do is I add NUE or Cliff. I've been playing those this year. We've had pretty good luck with them. So they had a pretty good day, up 2 or 3%. You can see NKLA, the bleeding looked like it finally stopped. It actually was up a good bit higher than that, and then pulled back a little bit. Actually got red in the middle of the day, and then it kind of pulled back up towards the end of the day. So at least the bleeding stopped. That's what we wanted to see. EXAS. EXAS, look where it's at now, 97.70. If you missed it, it had a big day Thursday, and then we did sell that Thursday, the 24th, I believe it was. We sold that for 11.6% gain. We had a pretty good stake in that one. I was glad to be able to get that cash on the sideline. We also, if you recall, the last video that we did, we were pretty heavy on the NVAX. I was trying to do a day trade Wednesday, I think it was. And got caught in that day trade because it did keep sinking. So we just kind of held out. Thursday it got a little pop up, and I went ahead and cashed that one out for a little bit of a loss. Sold it at, I think it was 102, 103, somewhere like that. Took a small loss on it, 4 or 5%. Wished I'd held it the rest of the day because it did get up there to about where I bought it at, and I could have probably broke even on it. And especially the next day. It did really good, so take a look at that. You can see here Friday, NVAX was all the way up to 11.12. That was a pretty good jump. Let me see if I can pull that chart up for us. Let me get that on a 5-day chart. You'll see what I'm talking about. So here's where we tried to day trade it, and we ended up coming down a pretty good bit. We did try to sell out of that pretty early, and then the next day it did jump up. The reason it jumped up, NVAX started their phase 3. They did a phase 3 announcement, so that was good. That's what made it jump. So that's what we were waiting on, one of those type of news items. Hopefully it will hold up right about where it's at, but I'm kind of lost my confidence a little bit because it seems like this thing is driven on news. And so, I mean, the news is probably going to be good, but, we'll see. We'll see how it does this week. You can see here it begins its late stage COVID-19 trials. So that's, that's something that drives this stock is the news. And, it concerns me when I see that's the only thing driving it. So unless they can come out with news every week, we're gonna, it's gonna pull back. So we're up about 6% on what I'm holding. It did get a little higher than what it closed at the other day, so want to see if it's going to be able to pick up. The volume did pick up a tad that morning, but then it kind of died off towards the end of the day. So we want to see if it can hold this level here. If it does, we may just hang on to what we have. If it gets another good pop, we'll probably be out of it again, because we'll be up over 10%. Right now, again, we're up about 6%. So I'm gonna hold right there. Be a little tiny hoggish with that. As far as my day trade goes, I probably won't be doing that. We got burned on that last week, so I don't know if you ever heard the saying that a day late and a dollar short. I was a day early and a dollar short, so should have held it just another day, and we'd been in good shape on that. But you never know. That's what I say. You just never know about these things. So not a big deal. We got some good things going. We've got cash levels back up to 28%. Glad to see that. And if we sell that Novavax, we'll have a really high cash rate. So that's a pretty good stake what we're holding. So we'll see how that goes this week. Let's jump back over to the portfolio. Take a look at that. All right, so Novavax did close the week at 112, 11.12 up, so $113.56. Got all the way up to 117, so that's looks like a good resistance level there at that 117. So if we get through that, we might have some pretty good selling upward. So if we can get through that, we'll see how that goes. XOM, that's oil stock, ExxonMobil, up about 1%. X was up 0.5%, and ACB was down about 3%. So that's kind of where we ended up for the week. So let's take a look and see what's going on in the market tonight. Switch over to that. Looks like the futures are up a little bit. 87 on the Dow, S&P 850, and the NAS at 26.25. So that's looking like maybe possibly a green start. Just went up to 94, but you never know. This stuff can change overnight. We've seen it happen before. Nikkei's up a little bit in Asia. Shanghai down a little bit. Looks like Hong Kong still is not opened. Let's take a look at our oil. Our oil did manage to get back over 40, so that's good. But this says here, oil declines post third negative week in 4 on demand concerns. So we're still waiting on this COVID thing to get done. So it could be a while before we do that. So let's talk about next week. This week, same thing. I'm going to be trying to get out. I would like to get out of these NUE and Cliffs. Those were just trades. They're not supposed to be a long-term trade. I'd like to get out of those as quick as possible, get that cash back on the sideline. NKLA looks like we might be in that one a little while. Just hope the bleeding stops on that one. It's still trying to work through all the news and excitement it had the last few weeks. Novavax, again, watching that one. If it pops at that 117 level, I'm going to watch it real close and see if it's going to break that. If it doesn't, we may go ahead and cash in and just see if we can get a good pullback on it again, and then start building that base back up. So other than that, we're doing good. Good year so far. We are beating all the markets. We're beating the CDs. We're beating the banks. So I'm not going to complain. We're not as high as we were, but we're still doing well. We did take a pretty good beating on Novavax on the pullback, and that just happens. But we're still holding a lot of shares of Novavax, so we're not done with it yet. Wouldn't take much to get back to even on that, but we did have a good pullback on it last month or so. But I hope you are enjoying the videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the button right here at the end of the video. So thanks, and we'll keep you posted. We'll jump back on here probably Wednesday night. All right? Thanks. Have a good day.